In today's rapidly changing digital landscape, platforms like TikTok has transformed the way individuals consume and share information globally. However, the rise in digital media raises complex dilemmas, such as censorship and national security. Through our research and investigation in Taiwan, we evaluate whether security benefits of banning TikTok outweighs its risk of free speech. Our inquiry serves as a lens through which we explore deeper issues of power, ethics, and governance. It highlights Taiwan's challenge in balancing security and democratic freedoms in the digital era.
The debate over banning TikTok centers on national security, data privacy, and mental health concerns. According to the Morning Wire podcast in 2022, ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, is based in China, where businesses must comply with national intelligence laws. Georgia Tech's statement on how supporters of this TikTok ban highlights Article 7 on China's cybersecurity law, which mandates that all organizations must support, assist, and cooperate with national intelligence efforts, while critics argue that this is an overstatement since Article 28 and 77 further require companies to provide technical support to public security and assist national security authorities. This legal framework raises concerns that TikTok could be compelled to share user data with the Chinese government. Although no direct evidence has resurfaced, the risk remains. Beyond security threats, TikTok wields soft power by shaping public discourse through its unique recommendation system. Unlike traditional media, TikTok's algorithm lacks transparency and can amplify or suppress content based on unknown criteria. While open source intelligence gathers intelligence from public sources, TikTok collects private behavior data, including watch time and engagement patterns, giving it deeper insight into users. This makes TikTok not only a data privacy risk, but also a powerful tool for influencing public opinion. Additionally, TikTok has faced criticism for overexposing teenagers to harmful content. Studies show that the teen accounts are quickly recommended to videos related to eating disorder and self-harm, often within just 30 minutes, as shown in the graph. The case of a 16-year-old Chase Nazca, whose For You page reportedly promoted suicide-related content before his death, highlights the platform's potential dangers. Harmful trends such as the Benadryl challenge discussed in the article of what TikTok does your mental health. It's embarrassing we know so little, have also led to fatalities, raising concerns about TikTok's content moderation. From an ethical perspective, digital platforms should prioritize users' well-being over engagement. However, TikTok's algorithm is designed to maximize screen time, often at the cost of mental health. This raises critical ethical questions. Should platforms be held accountable for their impact on users? What safeguards should be in place? TikTok's failure to moderate harmful content effectively have intensified concerns over its responsibility in protecting vulnerable users, which, given national security risks, algorithm influence, and ethical concerns, the case of regulating or banning TikTok is strong. Its potential for misuse, whether through data collection, psychological manipulation, or harmful content exposure, demands greater scrutiny and accountability in the digital age. While a whole ban remains controversial, stricter regulations and transparency measures are necessary to address these pressing issues.
As mentioned in the Georgia Tech report, banning TikTok will result in the restriction of free speech and destruction of people's equality on the app. As Dr. Miller explained, banning TikTok could set a precedent for government overreach in digital regulation. As shown in the graph, there's a massive growth in the number of TikTok users in Taiwan between 2023 and 2025. Banning TikTok in Taiwan raises significant concerns regarding the freedom of speech. A source, Zhu Chenghu, a legislator from the Kuomintang party, emphasized that without concrete evidence of national security threats posed by TikTok, prohibiting the app could unjustly infringe upon free speech. Poe highlighted that such a ban might make the Taiwanese government appear authoritarian, akin to the region of Beijing. According to the second source, banning TikTok in Taiwan could provoke retaliation from China. For instance, in India, banned TikTok and other Chinese apps in 2020, and China accused India of violating the WTO rules and suppressing Chinese businesses. Around the same time, India experienced cyber attacks on its critical infrastructure, including a major power outage in Mumbai, which some analysts link this to Chinese-sponsored hackers. If Taiwan were to ban TikTok, it would face a similar retaliation from China, potentially in the form of economic pressure, domestic backlash, and cyber security threats. This raises concerns about the national security risk beyond just the data privacy, as Taiwan already faces ongoing cyber threats from China. Connecting this to the topic of war and conflict, the policy of banning TikTok could exacerbate tensions in Taiwan's fragile relationship with China, potentially escalating into a broader geopolitical conflict. It also shows how the digital tools and policies are increasingly used as a means to exert influence or even waging non-traditional warfare. Banning TikTok in Taiwan could significantly impact the local content creators and businesses that we have leveraged from the platform of TikTok for marketing and income generation. As shown in the slides here, there are some examples of Taiwanese-based TikTokers who invested substantial time and resources in building their brands and engaging with the audience on TikTok. A ban will disrupt these efforts, leading to potential financial losses or a shift into alternative platforms, which may or may not offer the same research or engagement. Furthermore, TikTok has become the essential platform for small and medium-sized enterprises, also known as SMEs, to reach a broader audience. A report in Taipei Times highlight that the anticipated shutdown of TikTok poses a significant threat to the SMEs and influencers who depend the platform for their livelihood. While larger brands might easily transform into other sites. Similarly, the Associated Press it highlights the millions of small businesses use TikTok to grow, or a ban could adversely affect their operation. This underscores the broader economic implication of such a policy decision.
While concerns over national security and data privacy are valid, banning TikTok presents greater risk than benefits. The fear that TikTok collects sensitive data for Chinese government is largely hypothetical, as OSINT already provides open source intelligence without requiring access to private user data. Furthermore, banning TikTok would restrict free speech and set a dangerous precedent for government overreach and digital regulation, potentially leading to a further restriction on online platforms. Beyond digital freedom, the geopolitical consequence of banning TikTok could be severe, particularly for Taiwan, as seen in India's experience. Such ban could provoke economic retaliation, diplomatic conflict, and even cyber attacks from China. Given Taiwan's already fragile relationship with China, escalating tension through digital policy decisions could increase security threats rather than mitigate them instead of an outright ban. And a more balanced approach, such as implementing a stronger data protection law and regulatory oversight, addresses security concern while preserving digital rights and geopolitical stability. Taiwan is increasingly concerned about TikTok's influence on national security, politics, and digital sovereignty, with trend pointing towards stricter government regulation and heightened cybersecurity measures. Following the 2022 ban on TikTok for government device due to cybersecurity threats, Taiwan is exploring broader data protection laws to counter potential Chinese surveillance. Election interference concerns are also growing, as TikTok's algorithm could amplify pro-China narratives, prompting call from algorithm transparency and stronger content moderation policy. Additionally, Taiwan is bolstering cybersecurity defenses, drawing lessons from India's handling of potential Chinese cyber retaliation. After banning TikTok beyond regulatory concerns, TikTok's future faces multiple challenges worldwide. Governments, including Taiwan, are tightening regulation due to data security and national security risk. In March 2025, the outside world believed that Lai Ching-te aimed to limit Beijing's influence in Taiwan and draw clear red line for cross-strait exchanges. Due to the incidents of that TikTok's algorithm may amplify divisive content and misinformation, raising concern over foreign influence operation. Moreover, leaked documents have revealed that Chinese engineers had access to foreign user data, according to BuzzFeed, further escalating privacy concerns. Taiwan's cybersecurity landscape is also evolving, with AI-driven troll accounts already making up 2.87% of observed accounts and 1.6% of social media volume, emphasizing the need for protective defense strategy. Comparing cyber threats statistics between 2023 and 2024, the sharp increase in activity suggests Taiwan must address digital manipulation, foreign influence, and cybersecurity vulnerability to safeguard its election and sovereignty. Meanwhile, TikTok is adapting e-commerce such as short, longer video format, while intensifying competition from other social media platforms such as Instagram Reels and Google YouTube Shorts.